Hi, I'm Julie Kitzmiller, Electronic Education Specialist here at Stetson. My contact information is on the screen, but the best method of getting assistance with any technical issues you may have is eHelp, that's E-H-E-L-P, at law.stetson.edu. Today we're going to be going over the lecture playback and some basic how-tos and tips for playing the lectures. Our system is mobile friendly for iPad, iPhone, and most Android devices, but you're going to want to check your system for Macs or PCs to make sure that you have Silverlight installed. To check to make sure you're using the most up-to-date, you want to use Microsoft.com/getsilverlight, and when you do, you see that you get a really quick check of your system with that link to tell you whether you're using the most up-to-date version. Now, you may encounter a couple of different load issues, and these are handy to let us know if you see these particular screens. This one is loading the page itself, and if you get stuck on this page, it definitely does indicate that there's a problem with the connection. So just that's a good thing to note. Similarly, if you get something like this where you're getting the gray boxes, that indicates a load issue, and it's very helpful to include this information in any emails you may send out. However, what you're most likely going to see is something along this line, which is the landing page for the videos. To click on the launch button is how you start the lecture, and you'll see something very similar to this page. To play and pause, you use the button on the lower left of your screen. You can also navigate by slide forward and reverse. You have a volume control, which you adjust via the slider bar. You have layout controls. You can change the way that the video looks. You can swap the pictures, which is handy for Zoom slides. More on that in just a moment. You can also change the layout to make one slide larger than the other, if that's your preference. And again, you have this Zoom slide button. This is for the left panel only, which is why you might want to swap the slides out first. To zoom the picture, this is an example of what you would see. So if you're trying to read some text that's a little hard to read, this may be very handy in expanding the view. You can also navigate via thumbnail. Again, it's the little buttons down at the bottom, the 9 screen. And when you pull that up in a Zoom slide example, this is what you get. And to navigate, you would just simply click on a slide to navigate to that point. You jump straight to that point in the presentation. You can also jump around via the progress bar, pulling forward, moving back, clicking on there to navigate. You can always send an email to eHelp for assistance. We've tried to include that link in the presentation there, so you can just click and get direct information. And once again, my contact information is on the screen. If you have any questions, eHelp remains your best method of contact. Thanks and enjoy.